Well, Pete, Everton and Sean Dyche sacking rumors continue to swirl. We talked about some potential names last week. Graham Potter now being a name thrown out as a possible replacement. Have you heard anything about this? Could you see this being a good one?
Nothing that I've heard on Graham Potter and Everton. Obviously, he's a manager who's out of work, and I'm sure he'll be looking to get back in. Graham Potter has been mentioned as a possible England manager as well to replace Gareth Southgate. But I think obviously the English FA will be pretty happy with the job done so far by Lee Carsley, so he looks well placed to get that job on a permanent basis, as he's impressed so far in his interim charge of the national team as well. But yeah, Graham Potter, very good manager, had a very good time at Brighton. Obviously went to Chelsea, didn't really work out from then, but he's been out of work now for quite a long time, so if he was to take over, it would be a gamble. But as I said in last week's podcast, I don't see any panic from Everton just yet. They've been down this path before. They had a very slow start last season where they failed to get any wins in their first 5 games as well. Although it's not been an ideal start this season, I'm still pretty confident that Sean Dyche is the right man to be in charge of Everton. He can turn things around, and I think once they get a bit of momentum going, I fully expect them to move up that table and not be involved in a relegation dogfight this season, because I think the squad is good enough. I know the manager is more than good enough as well, so I think no need for any panic just yet. Obviously, the rumours are all coming around because of the potential change of ownership, with John Textor getting ever closer to taking control of Everton from Farhad Moshiri. But we all know new owners have their own ideas and everything else. But if I was John Textor, I'd be careful what you wish for, because Sean Dyche is Premier League proven for me, and if he was to leave, there's no guarantee that the new man will be a success.
No doubt about that. And Paul, Everton have Aston Villa, Leicester, Crystal Palace, and Newcastle in their next 4 Premier League matches before the next international break. None of us are fans of international breaks coming this close together, but for Everton, it may give them a chance to reassess. How many points do you think Sean Dyche needs from those 4 matches?
Not as many as he can get would be the stupid answer. You look at the way they've started the season. The big worry for me, the way that Sean Dyche is, it's not like his sides are conceding goals. They've conceded 10 goals in the first 3 games. The way that they're shipping goals, the way that they lost the game against Bournemouth last time out when they were 2 up in such a short space of time. It's just one that you feel for Everton fans. You just wait for the off-the-field things to be sorted out. And with Textor coming out and saying what he has done yesterday or today, whatever it was, about Sean Dyche and about his interest in buying the club and comparing owning Everton to being the US president, I mean, it's just not helpful. I mean, the manager needs to get on and win football matches. To talk about the manager's position and that he's going to give him this player and that player, that he's seen him before in the Premier League, and he quite happily works with this profile of player, but then he says, I'm going to give him this player, I'm going to give him that player. Well, you haven't even got the club yet. You know, get on with buying the club. If you want the club, get the club, do that, and then run the club in your own way that you want to do. But at the moment, none of that is helping the current situation. If you actually care for the club and you want to buy the club and you want the club to progress, do it quietly in the background, invest your money, buy the club, and let the manager get on with running the football team and concentrate on getting the points on the pitch at the weekend. Listening to what Textor said, you would expect that Sean Dyche wouldn't be there very long under his stewardship, because of the way what he said and the way that he spoke about him. I thought it was disrespectful, in all honesty, the way that he spoke about the manager. Said that he's watched him from afar at Burnley, but he wants him to work with a different calibre of player. It's not his football club yet. When it is his football club, maybe start making those noises, because at the moment they're not helpful to Everton nor the manager.
No doubt about that. And Pete, with Everton, slow start to the year, also have this points deduction kind of weighing over their head that may come towards the end of this calendar year. What is their January transfer window going to look like if they do get another points deduction? Will they be able to spend?
Yeah, it's going to be the million-dollar question, really, at Goodison Park. Will they have money to spend in the January transfer window? If the takeover goes through successfully, there'll be optimism that John Textor will put his hand in his pocket and provide funds for the manager to spend in the January transfer window. Obviously, Sean Dyche had a wheel and deal a bit in the summer transfer window. Funds were not readily available for him to spend due to FFP and PSR restrictions. Obviously, Everton will be hoping they can avoid another points deduction. They were hit by 2 last season, and that really hurt them last year. But I think Sean Dyche probably was managers of the year in coping with that and ensuring that Everton stayed up. Again, the new owner has obviously come out and said things that he will provide players for the management team, and a certain calibre and style of player that he wants to bring to Everton as well. But like Paul says, get your feet under the desk first and then start talking about those things and get those things done. You shouldn't be doing that while you're not even the owner of the club. So as I said, right now for Everton, everything's up in the air. Once this takeover gets done, if it gets done before the end of this year. That will be a bonus for Everton. Then they can maybe look forward to that January transfer window with more money to spend. But again, their hands could be tied by FFP and PSR, like most clubs.